right, welcome world.
Hello world.
I'm AJ.
And I'm Corey.
And this is
Whiskey with the Walens.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh God, here we go.
So, our little show or podcast or whatever you want to call it is basically each week we're going to bring 3 topics, each of us, to the table and just kind of talk about it, talk about life, talk about the things that we're interested in or just everything that's going on. Really, we're going to talk about everything and anything.
Yeah, things we love, things we hate, things we love to hate, things we hate to love.
Things we hate to love.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so also we're going to do different cocktails every week and get smashed. And like, we're generally pretty entertaining anyway, but when we're drunk, we think we're like basically hilarious.
We get litty.
Today's whiskey of choice is tried and true Jack Daniels. So
that's
bottoms up on that.
Jack and Ginger, which oddly enough, the first time you ever professed your love to me, we were drinking Jack Daniels in my kitchen.
Oh, by the way, we're married.
Oh yeah, we're married.
Husband and wife duo here. We have 2 dogs, and they are also called Jack and Ginger. So we just sort of thought it would be cool to tie everything together for the first episode.
Episode. Yeah, episode. Yeah, it's an episode.
But yeah, Corey and I are the Walens. We are currently residing in Crystal River, Florida.
If you couldn't tell by the cicadas in the background, I'm not sure if the mic's actually picking it up, but
yeah, so we kind of live in a super small town, but we've only been here for six months. But anyway, we've been together for almost 7 years. So married for almost 5.
Met January 8th, 2011.
God, that was so long ago.
Actually, we met on a dating website.
OkCupid.
Yeah.
Before it got super creepy.
You had been on it for, what, 6 months or so?
A few months, yeah.
And then I, oddly enough, got on it because of a suggestion of an ex-girlfriend.
He was married when we met.
Well,
I
was in the middle of a divorce, and it had, been long enough, and I had a rebound relationship, and that rebound relationship, as most of them inevitably do, ended. And I moved from Tampa to Nashville because of being in a band, actually. But I just didn't know anybody. So I reached out to my ex-girlfriend, and we still had a, amicable relationship. Yeah. So at that time, I was like, hey, I just want to meet people. Nothing serious. I've tried. I've looked at
like
Match.com. She's like, don't do that. People are just trying to get married on there. Try OkCupid. And I was like, all right, I'll check it out.
And watch this one.
Yeah.
Craziness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to tell you guys the story of our first date sometime too. That was a wild thing. But basically what we want to do in this first welcoming is just kind of let you know who we are, what we stand for, what to expect. Shenanigans galore.
Shenanigans abound.
Yes. And just a little bit about like what you will come to enjoy from these 2 idiots.
Yeah, I mean, we're all about, at the end of the day, we get real silly, but we're all about positivity and love and just putting out positive intentions and manifesting our lives to the fullest it could possibly be.
And we're not trying to be like all woo-woo, get your vision boards out.
We're very practical about our woo.
It's not, I mean, we're woo-y, but not like psycho.
We don't put crystals in weird parts of our body. We'll just put it that way.
Although, should we?
Should we? We can explore that on a later episode.
I don't want to do that.
I mean, not like to the camera, but
I would do it on
the topic.
Oh,
you would?
No. I mean, never mind. Let's just move forward. No, but okay, let's talk about what you see behind us. So if you'll notice, there's this giant old-looking RV. It is a 2005 Coachman Freelander, and it is our home permanently. Well, for the time being.
We're full-time RVers.
And that has been the most amazing thing that we have ever done for our finances, for our relationship, for everything, I think.
Yeah, so a little bit of backstory. Earlier I mentioned that I moved from Tampa to Nashville because of music. Well, eventually that path, I'm a drummer, and I was in a band called the Nearly Deads. Woo-woo! T&D in the house. Anyways, we took it pretty far. They're still touring, by the way. They're still doing their thing.
And they're amazing. You should totally check them out.
Yeah.
Check out the Nearly Deads.
The Nearly Deads.
Yeah.
But we basically got to the point where we were making an income off of a YouTube video, actually, that went viral.
7 million views.
7 million views at the moment. Yeah. And at the time, YouTube was actually
still
like
kind of
doling out some great money.
When they used to pay people like they should.
Well, that was back before a bunch of record companies were ripping them off, which, you know, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. We can go into that later. But we were making money. We decided to go on a tour. Yeah. And we used the money we were making.
Isn't it like a 34-day?
34, 35 days, something like that. Yeah. And we started, it was supposed to start in Dallas, but we hit the Southwest, the Northwest, the Northeast, and then came back to Nashville. So a lot of, you know, cities and dates in between there. But we did that in a giant RV. It was like this Class C Thor True Winds. Well, Thor True Winds.
It was a 4 winds.
But it was 4 winds, yeah. And
34 foot with 6 of us, I think.
Yeah. It was kind of older model too. But there were 6 of us in there, and at the time, AJ fortunately was unemployed in the best way possible.
Yeah, I fucking quit that bullshit job.
She was able to come on tour with us and be our tour manager and our merch goddess, which was just so helpful for us. But so her and I got along great in this RV.
Yeah, super well.
And can't say the same for everyone else. You know, little tensions, little bickerings
here
and there.
There were some issues.
You put people in a tight space like that on a long tour like we've never been on before. Yeah. And it's bound to happen.
Tensions rise.
Tensions rise.
Especially with 2 females.
Yeah, well,
hormones. Yeah, the lead singer is a woman. Love you, TJ.
So the RV, you know, we were driving around in this, and we basically afterwards we were like, we did excellent with that. Me and you.
Yeah.
And it's like we didn't fight at all.
I don't think we fought one time.
No. If anything, well,
I think I might have been short with you. Like,
we had some really good times.
Yeah. Hey.
But anyways, we had a blast with it, and it was kind of like that. It gave us that. I
don't know. I honestly don't even think that I realized that I was gonna desire that lifestyle until years later. I don't really. It's kind of super weird. What do you think?
There's a lot of. I'm just making sure that it doesn't time out. But okay, so yeah, it's a lot of little things that lead up to a lot of big things.
Yeah,
that's life.
Yeah, like I'm gonna dive into that a little bit because, you know, things happen to us. And it seems like super personal and super terrible at the time. And sometimes it really is. Like, there's no denying that. But sometimes really terrible things are actually like blessings. I don't know. Like I'm gonna let's so long story short, let's try this. I was working for this god awful shoe retailer with the
which shall not be named.
Probably cuntiest boss I've ever had. Like, I don't even come at me, bitch. Serious. And we were out one night with my sister in downtown Nashville, and I was in the back seat. My sister was in the passenger seat, and Corey's driving. And we're trying to get her back to her hotel room, my sister. And there's this car behind us. And I literally said at a stoplight, I was like, this car is like just making me super nervous.
I was driving, and she was actually in the back seat, which is not normal. I mean, for her. But,
no, and I didn't have my seatbelt across my chest. It was just around my waist. So anyway, this car that I already knew was problematic slammed into the back of us when we were trying to make a right-hand turn. My car was basically... She flattened a tire. She screwed up like a lot of shit. My car had to be towed away. Yeah. I got thrown into the seat in front of me. And so I had severe whiplash. Didn't know it at the time because it takes a few hours for the pain to really settle in. But by the time that we got the car towed back to the house, our emotions were sort of draining down. The sun was coming up and I was supposed to be at work the next day. Well, I called my boss. I'm sorry it was 3:30 in the morning or whatever, but I called her to let her know, like, hey, I've been in, an accident. Like, I need to go to the hospital. I can't make it to work. And her response, drunkenly, the next morning was, it's not my problem. You need to get your ass to work. And so I did. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I went to work and was in a shitload of pain, climbing on ladders, doing all these things that were probably... I just feel like there was something illegal about the whole thing.
Well, you should have been wearing a neck brace, and didn't you have one?
Yeah, no.
You just didn't want
I hadn't gone to the hospital yet because they made me go to work. Anyway, the long story short is that they tried to reprimand me for calling my boss at 3:30 in the morning and letting her know that I wasn't going to be able to be at work the next time. Like, I thought you were supposed to give as much notice as possible. Anyway, don't give a shit that you were sleeping. I ended up quitting my job. And the way that I did it, I'm not super proud of, but the way that I said it, I really don't care. I have a lot of respect for the district manager that I cussed out, and I have no respect for the store manager, who later on went around town and tried to not get me hired anywhere, which actually was
Smear
super,
campaign.
smear campaign. Like, who does that? It's really
shady,
rude. Yeah,
very
really shady. Anyway, so we ended up, I had a meltdown. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I need a break. I'm so over retail. I'm so over people. I'm so over theft. I'm so, just over it. So I took 6 months off from work, and it was awesome. During that time is when the band was going on tour, and I was able to go with them because, I mean, what the hell else am I going to do? So we went, and it really worked out. Absolutely insane. Like, it was amazing. So fast forward, we get back from tour. I finally get the settlement. It was like, I think it was like $12,500.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
it wasn't a shitload of money,
a ton, but it was very significant to us.
Yeah, because at the time, I mean, we were still kind of poor and had just started eating healthier. So it was like, it came at a really good time, and we were like super grateful for it, and it was like a huge blessing, and we were able to pay off our debts and get out from underneath, this tidal wave of just stress.
We really took care of ourselves with that money. We did a lot of smart stuff with it.
Yeah, we paid off loans, we paid off credit cards, we paid back any money that we owed to his parents and stuff like that. But we also moved. So we decided to move to Cookeville, Tennessee to kind of get away, because Nashville is extremely expensive, and my family lives in Cookeville. And we were kind of offered this opportunity for him to work as a massage therapist under my sister, who's a chiropractor, and for me to work at the office as a receptionist because of my people skills. Well, no offense to Cookeville or Tennessee or Nashville, but we hated it.
Tennessee just wasn't our home. We never felt like it was our home. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that we were both there because
that's where we met.
I met you there,
but other than that, like, we love our friends, we love the scenery, we love the music scene, like, everything about Tennessee is amazing. It's just not for us. So anyway, we moved to Cookeville, and about 6 weeks after living with my mom, we decided, like, it's time for us to get out, stand on our own, like, get a place. Remind you, we had that settlement money still. We had invested really, really smartly. Smartly, that's not even a word.
Intelligently. We did buy a Bitcoin.
We did get a Bitcoin when it was $800.
Which was still,
anyway, we're getting off topic here.
Sorry.
So anyway, we get into this place, and it's like mediocre at best. And it had everything that we needed, and we were really grateful for it. And at the time, it was exactly what we were looking for. Okay. So like 2 months after we're in there, the guy that owns the house puts it up for sale. So we were like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what are we going to do? This is so devastating.
Yeah, it was through a rental agency, but the owner, they contacted us when they were like, hey, by the way, the owners put the house on the market.
It's ridiculous.
And we're like, not even in the middle of our lease. So at the time, that was one of those things that seemed like
it was awful. We were like, what are we going to do?
Yeah. It just was like, God, this sucks. We had a whole, we were planning on being there for a whole year.
Yeah.
And then, before that, we make the decision to do this before that happened.
I don't think so.
No, okay.
From what I remember, I get really bad seasonal affective disorder. Shout out to anybody that struggles with that, because it is no joke. And I need sunshine, and I hate the holidays.
Oh yeah, by the way, just real quick, Wilmington girl, Tampa boy. We're
Beach
both
babies.
Like so used to sunshine all the time, and then in Tennessee, especially Cookeville, it's like overcast almost as much like as it is in the Northwest. Yeah,
it's stupid. So anyway, I had like a meltdown, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to have all these things. I don't want to live with this stress. I'm tired of paying an electric bill, a water bill, a cable bill, a cell phone bill, gas, groceries, rent, health insurance, car insurance, like everything. And I literally lost my shit. And I was like, we have to change this. And I don't know when or how it happened, but I had this like epiphany that like, we need to sell our whole life and move into something smaller. And we did.
Yeah, we literally, and that was probably the hardest part, was just letting go of all this stuff that both of us had been moving around, place to place, boxes of stuff that you never open. You're just moving it and carrying it with you, storing it in an attic or a basement. Yeah. And it's like, it's a very zen thing to just get rid of all this stuff, all these things that have these little emotional anchors and attachments. It's really like, why? Yeah. Why? I mean, to me, the memory is always there. You know,
Well,
you don't
it's
have to
not.
look, or it's not, or maybe
If you
maybe
don't
you
think
don't
about
need the
the thing, then
memory.
why the fuck do you need it?
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
it's,
know.
this old heirloom thing that I just keep in a box in the
Yeah, like
basement. You
yearbooks.
know,
Okay, yeah, like you don't need the shit, and people.
you don't need the shit.
You don't need the shit, and people will tell you like, the more you have, the more your wealth, or the more your worth, or the more you're climbing this like ladder of success. I don't
TVs
know.
and couches.
I
And
don't know.
people
It's
just,
just shit. It's
you,
just a
you
bunch of
can't take all
junk.
that stuff with you after this. And,
The only
that's a
thing
whole
you
nother
really need
topic,
to
but-
invest in is a really good mattress, and that's
Yeah, true.
and a toothbrush, like a really good
You
toothbrush.
spend a third of your life in bed.
Yeah,
You
make
need
sure
a
that
good
shit's
mattress.
But yeah, like so we just kind of fucking sold everything, and we did. Like it was awesome, and we used that money. Also, because of the car accident, we had enough money to put a down payment on this guy. So it's kind of just weird how everything that seems terrible is actually exactly what you asked for in its own weird way. So anything that happens that seems like it's the worst thing ever, there's a silver lining in there in most cases. Not at all. I'm not trying to be naive in that way. Yeah.
Well, sometimes I feel like it's the universe like giving you a hard push in a direction, and it's hindsight is 20/20, obviously. So looking back on it, you're like, oh well, now it makes sense. But in the moment, you're like, this sucks. Like the car wreck, and then our landlord in East Nashville raising our rent.
Yeah.
And then our the landlord in Cookeville cutting the lease.
Yeah.
It was basically all these little things. In the moment, it seems
nudges, universal nudges.
Like, why is this happening? But afterwards, you're like, oh, this is just pushing us in a direction that we already kind of predetermined for ourselves.
Yes. Yeah. And this one, God bless him, likes to hold on to things.
I have a little bit of the hoarder thing.
But it was like really amazing to watch him. Oh my God, you guys, the bugs in Florida. To watch him come out of that shell and to be able to make the tough decisions. And he grappled with some things.
It was
And I wasn't really super easy on him,
It was really relieving.
Yeah.
And just like you feel lighter physically getting rid of this stuff.
Like, I can't really think of anything that we got rid of that I was like, oh man, I really wish we hadn't done that.
Yeah, there's no.
It was real crazy.
Maybe like one kitchen appliance, but.
No, not even like that. No, I just mean like anything. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think about it anymore, which is great. So if you're thinking about how to make this life for yourself, what I can tell you is you really need to get serious about it. Like, and I'm not saying RV life is for everyone. I'm saying it's perfect for us. And that what we've done with it is, I don't know, it's life-changing for us. Like, we do everything that we want to do now. We've already been on 5 vacations this year. I mean,
there's so many different aspects that's great about living in an RV.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't it doesn't always occur to you immediately, but obviously because it's tiny space. But we took this thing and we completely renovated the inside of it.
Yeah, we'll have to give y'all a tour.
Yeah, we'll have to do a little video tour eventually. But it's RVs are notoriously disgusting on the inside. Like they're just like hunters' cabins.
Or like gray floral. What? They're gross.
The floor was pea soup green.
It was.
The carpet.
So
So we took everything. We did laminate tile. We painted all the walls. We added trim.
Yeah.
We added shelves and storage space where there wasn't any before.
Basically like a Moroccan theme with like a little bit of like concert posters and like crystals.
A Moroccan theme.
Yeah. Her name is Mora
the Explorer.
But Moroccan and rolling.
Yeah, that's the lifestyle basically. But I mean, we kind of like it was like we wanted to be nomadic, kind of pseudo gypsies.
I didn't want to be tied down to anything anymore. I mean, other than him.
Other than each other.
Yeah.
But now we can take it when we go camping or to music festivals, which is also a huge aspect of our lives. Like we love that culture and those people. And just, the positivity behind it all. But we're here now in Crystal River. That doesn't necessarily mean we have to be here forever. And that's what's great. It's kind of, we just really wanted the tiny home qualities, but we have wheels on this tiny home.
Yeah, which is great, especially for like hurricanes or whatever.
Well, yeah, in Florida, that's a thing we got to deal with.
Slacking over there. I'm just going to say that. I'm just saying.
Do we need to like pause and refresh?
I need a refresh.
So... hurricanes, like basically we're not even gonna mess with those. It's like we can on a whim, if they're, you know, even if it's category 1, it's like we're getting the message. We're going north. Yeah. Somewhere to safety.
And I will say this also, shout out to the RV community, because you guys are so helpful and amazing, and like,
oh my god,
seriously, like we are part of so many different the Freedom Theory. Oh my god, shout out to the Freedom Theory. Like before we decided to do this, I watched all of your videos. I'm totally obsessed. Like, you are a super badass organizer. I love that, because I'm super hyper organized too. I learned a lot from you guys, and your story is like almost like the catalyst that inspired us to just kind of take the leap. And
what are they on, Instagram or Facebook?
They're on all of it. Yeah, they have. I follow them on YouTube. I'm pretty sure they have Instagram, and but yeah, look up their videos on YouTube. They're absolutely amazing.
All right, we're gonna take a quick little pause and then be right back. We're back.
All right, so yeah, we were just kind of talking about intention and how weird the universe works, and so you got to be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, because sometimes you'll get things that even if it's something you focus on negatively, you'll get it. So
super much.
Even if you're like, I don't want this in my life,
stop thinking about it.
The universe doesn't hear negatives. It just hears I and this thing, so it will push those things together.
Yeah. That's why if you focus on debt, you'll have more debt, and that's true. And
like, you can't say I don't want debt. You have to say
I want abundance.
I want financial freedom.
Yeah, or money comes easily and frequently, or whatever. You know,
law of attraction.
Law of attraction. It's a true thing. It's a real thing. Do your research. Like, don't just read The Secret. What was that quote that you used to say? Like, The Secret is like the McDonald's of gratitude or something. Like,
it was like The Secret is like the McDonald's of manifesting. I think because it's very
a great place to
watered down, or it's very just like. They don't really go in depth into all the mechanics of what it actually takes to manifest.
It's not just like, you know, I don't know if you guys have watched It's Always Sunny, but it's not just like putting a vision board together and then you get a mansion.
You can't just think about it and it happens. There's a lot of actual work that goes into it, and meditation on ideas, or just it's constant thinking. Actually, one of the best books I've ever read, which I think, honestly, I'm just throwing this out there. Sorry, The Secret, but I feel like The Secret stole their idea from Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Oh, yeah.
That book to me, like, was the manifesto on manifesting. Whoa. Boom. So literally, that he laid it all out into like very scientific and also practical terms, like what you should do day to day, what you should write down, how much you should think about it, how often you should think about it, and. Yeah, manifestation is a real thing. Manifest destiny. That's,
what we have found, too, you can't just think about it. You got to talk about it. You got to be about it. You have to act like it's already happening. You need to, like, just put it out there. And it doesn't happen overnight. It takes sometimes years for these things to come to fruition, but they happen when you're ready.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for that soulmate, or if you're looking for a change of career, or you want to have... I don't know, just something huge and life-changing. Really put it out there and get specific about it. The more specific you are, the easier the universe has a time of like picking it out and making that change of lane, I guess, to kind of direct you in
be
that
as specific as you want. And this brings me to an interesting thought. It's like I'm a huge Redditor, and I've actually started following a Law of Attraction subreddit. And a lot of what I see on there are people asking, like, I want to manifest my soulmate. And they get down on themselves a lot because it's just not happening either quickly enough, or this person has this and this, but not this part that I want. Literally, before we met, did we talk about this in this part?
No, we haven't gone there yet.
Okay, so we met on a dating website.
Yes.
And basically, our profiles were literally... I want this, like, very specific. Like, we want these qualities out of people.
Like, I literally had in my, like, turn-offs, it was, like, no NASCAR sunglasses, no mandals. It was no fucking polo shirts. No, I want dark hair.
Tall, thin.
Yeah, tattoos. Doesn't listen to bro butt rock. And we'll go into that in a whole other thing on music genres. God, y'all. Yeah, but I was, like... stupid specific, and I got on there every single day, and anytime I had a thought about like, ooh, I don't like this on a guy or as a person, I would add it. And then I got it.
Well,
It's
and
kind
it
of
was
weird.
like slightly intimidating at first when I read your profile because I saw your pictures, obviously, and I was like, all right, girl. Yeah, that's what I'm about.
Stay in my lane.
Stay in my lane. But at first, I'm like, am I actually going to like fit into all these categories? And, I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to contact her anyways.
Yeah.
And what did I do? I just
He
winked
winks
at first.
me.
Yeah, you could
okay,
wink
Cupid,
on
where
it.
you could like send those back in the day.
And my brother was up in Tennessee at the time with his family, and I was like, I didn't want to spend a lot of time. I literally just started this thing, and it's like my brother, his family were there. I was like, I wanted to focus on them, so I just wanted to wink at you, let you know I'm out there, girl.
I'm thinking about you, boo.
I'm thinking about you. And then she actually messaged me back.
Yeah,
and
I was like, hold on, you seem like actually adorable and cute.
Oh, mainly because I had not only Anchorman quotes on my profile, but Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, which is so good.
Quotes.
And he was wearing a picture, or no, wearing a mask of like a monkey.
Oh, the monkey
in
mask.
one of his pictures.
Yeah.
I just thought that was amazing.
Silly. I'm silly, guy.
I just want to show how silly I am. But no, it worked. So we kind of manifested each other, and I mean, we're going on almost 7 years right now. It's kind of it's been a healthy 7 years.
Mm-hmm. Longest relationship either one of us have had, and we're just continuing to grow and learn.
And actually, that leads me into openness.
Mm-hmm.
What makes a successful relationship? For me, because we have so much openness, that's why we work. Because any other relationships, I could never have this amount of honesty with anyone.
Yeah, the level of communication is so much stronger than I've ever had, and
it's not always fun, but
sometimes it gets sticky and shitty,
and it makes you feel horrible.
Yeah.
But you don't have. I never have to wonder like how he's feeling about me, or he never has to wonder, what's going on with me. There's ways to express what you need without being an asshole, and he's not controlling.
I don't dictate what she does.
No.
She doesn't dictate what I do or who. We don't dictate who we hang out with. Oh, God, no. We don't dictate who we hang out with or anything like that.
Yeah, but we're respectful of each other. Yeah. Like, I don't surround myself with a bunch of fucking dudes that want to, like, I have more respect for him than that. And,
communication is, to me, it's always the strongest foundation of a relationship. You have to be able to talk about anything and everything because there's no reason, no one should ever feel suppressed in being able to communicate something to their significant other.
Absolutely. And it's scary, y'all. It's really scary, especially if you're with someone that you don't value or that you think doesn't value you. You know what I mean? Like, you have to find someone that you can feel comfortable sharing your deepest, weirdest, scariest, ugliest parts about, like, I don't know. It's not, like I said, get the fuck off me. It's not easy, but they are out there.
Everyone has a story, and that story always tends to have some dark elements to it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to sit on that and not express it to anyone.
Everyone's had a hard life.
Everyone's had a hard life. Everyone's been through shit.
Yeah, you should be able to share that with your partner and have them understand that's part of who you are.
Well, this leads me to, like, my father, actually, one of the best pieces of advice he ever gave me about relationships is be with someone that you can be your best friend.
Yeah.
So that was like, first and foremost, we're best friends.
Absolutely.
So
first.
We can always, like, I've been able to share things with her and vice versa that I've never shared with anyone else. And that just empowers us as a couple. Like, that gives us, strength and like that raw honesty, that raw kind of just connection that's very intimate.
And blackmail.
Yes. Also a huge part of it. That you can use that as ammo later.
No. No, but
JK,
really.
JK.
No, just kidding. Yeah, you gotta be able to find someone that you can explore yourself with, because you know what, let's be honest, when you're in your 20s, you're still trying to figure out like what you stand for, what you believe in.
You're still not fully developed.
You're not
really.
And you know what, I don't really feel like you ever really become fully developed.
True.
As a consciousness. You need to accept that as you age, your partner is aging differently than you, and you may not be aging together. And that's okay. luckily we are growing together in the same direction. But there's some couples that grow
apart.
They grow apart, and that's okay. But to not talk about it is what actually kills the relationship. I think
the biggest thing is just checking in with each other often.
Right. If you suddenly decide that you like want to be a famous poker player, like I'm not going to understand any of that, but I'm going to fucking support it.
My dream.
Yeah, it's my dream. I just want to do it. It's fine.
I want to be a professional pony rider.
Yeah. See, I would totally support that. But what I'm saying is, you know, like if he suddenly decides that he wants to start wearing mandals and polo shirts and all those things,
NASCAR sunglasses,
I'm gonna probably just not hang out with him in public anymore. But we're still gonna be together.
Still be together. Yeah. That's love right there, ladies and gentlemen. No, but yeah, it's supporting. I mean, people, and I see this a lot in relationships. They try to restrict the flow of a person changing and growing.
Right.
It's like, oh, you're into something different now.
Yeah.
You mean time changes you?
Right.
Everyone changes.
Experiences change you.
Yeah, experiences and time, and as you age, no one is static. Yeah. Everyone gets into different things at different points in their life. The key is to just understand that about somebody. And this, you know, is leading me, I really just want to bring up I think, aside from communication, unconditional love is such a sturdy foundation of a relationship. It's like, you cannot love someone based on what they do for you or what you expect them to do for you, basically. It's like, unconditional love means I love you regardless of what I feel like I need you to fulfill, basically. It's like, regardless of my expectations, regardless of, you know, my assumptions about what a relationship should be, it's like, I just love you.
Yeah.
I would love you even if we were no longer together. That's what unconditional love is to me. It's just like, you are a person and I respect you individually and I love you regardless of anything else.
Yeah,
anything
I think that's what everybody needs to strive for. No.
Too many relationships are based on conditions. It's like, well, I'll love you if you wash the dishes.
Listen.
Or I'll love you if you're only into the things that I'm into, which is just outrageous.
Well, commonalities are great, and you should have several of those. But like, I need him to have his own shit because I can't be with him 24/7. Like, he has to have something that he's passionate about besides me. You know what I mean?
Do you want to talk about that? That conversation you had with one of your regulars about how, like, free time and...
Oh, yeah. So I'm a bartender. And the other night I had one of my regulars come in. He's so great. And he's asking me, he's like, do you like being alone? And I didn't... It caught me off guard because the question is, like, loaded if you say it that way. So my response was, if you're asking if I like alone time, absolutely. Do I like being alone? Like, if I was single... No, not really. Absolutely not. You know, and he's like, grabs my hand. He's looking for my wedding band. And he's like, how long have you, you know, been together? And I was like, oh, like 7 years almost. And he's like, so you have your own life. And my response was just, yeah, I mean, if there's something that I want to do, I will do it. And he understands that I am a person and he is a part of my life.
Mm-hmm. I just want to be a part of it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, he is a person and I'm a part of his life. So if he wants to, you know, like he goes on vacations by himself, he does things that I just don't want to do. He'll go camping by himself, hiking by himself. He went to Peru by himself. You know, there's so many things that, and I don't care. I really don't care. I want him to do these things because I don't ever want a resentment from him. Like, I don't want to hold him back from what he wants because of my insecurities.
Well, and time apart is healthy.
It's so good for you guys. Yeah. Oh my God, it's so good. And even if it's just me laying in bed playing on Facebook, or if it's me having like a girls' night out, or if it's
me in the studio while she's like, I have, you know, a recording studio like yards away from our RV here in a shed. It's like, I'll go work in there while she's watching TV. It's just, we don't have to.
Yeah, we don't have to be up each other's asses all the time, but it's not because we're like annoyed with each other or we don't enjoy spending time with each other. It's because we value our time together and we value our time apart, you know? So find someone that's cool with that.
Respects your free time. Yeah, everyone needs that. And what, did you have another point?
No, I just think it's like really, it's like ridiculous to think that your relationship is only healthy if you are together 24/7 and you're not allowed. Oh my God, I hate that word. Allowed.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to hang out with that girl.
All
You're
the
not allowed to be at
clingy,
this place. Like,
it's
fuck
vampiric.
you. Are
It's
you
vampiric.
joking? I've dated a lot of motherfuckers that have not allowed me to go out to dinner with my best friend of 10 years or wouldn't allow me to stay overnight at someone's house or you know what I mean? It's like, bitch, we're not even married. Like, fuck your mouth. Like, why are you trying to control what I'm doing when I'm not doing well? And it's always because they're cheating or there's something else going on there.
Yeah, and in a relationship,
but there was no openness.
There's no openness, and I think another bottom line about a relationship, it's like, yeah, you guys agree to be together,
right?
But you're still two individual, autonomous people. You have your own life, and it's okay to make decisions on your own.
Yeah.
Just communication and openness. That's what it's all about.
This is the thing too that kind of blows my mind. Like, if you meet someone in a yoga class, and then for whatever reason, say we meet in yoga, and then you quit doing yoga, but I keep going, and there's dudes in that class, or women, or whatever you're into, people in that class that you're intimidated by. And then you start having an issue with that person doing that thing. Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah. If you meet me at a bar and then get mad at me for going to a bar, you can go fuck yourself, because I am going to keep living the life that I choose when I'm single, when I'm married. Yeah. You know, and being single, you know, don't take that too literally, because I'm not running around fucking everyone. Right. What I'm saying is, you live your life, and then you invite this person to share that with you.
Share the life together.
And if you want to have an open relationship, that's fine. We don't, but there's several couples that do.
Yeah, it's very regional too. Actually, it's everywhere, it seems like.
Yeah, it's everywhere. So many swingers, y'all. I didn't know swingers
even
were
in Crystal River.
Yeah. But I guess what I'm getting at is, like, you can't control anybody but yourself.
True.
And if you have a partner that is demanding and controlling, jealous, unforgiving, that's them. That's their weakness. It's not your burden.
And you're not going to fix that in them.
No. And it's best to let them go for you and them, because you staying with them is only fueling that behavior. And you don't reward bad behavior, Dr. Phil.
Don't reward bad behavior. Yeah. So I wanted to touch back real quick on, we were talking about just free time and alone time and this and that. So I think one of our biggest problems in society now is people are not carving out free time for themselves. Relaxation time. Time away from technology and noises and society and the city.
Yeah, of course.
Like, everyone needs to get away, whatever that means. Even if that means writing a poem or meditation or jogging, just get away and do something for yourself by yourself, and it will only strengthen you as a person. I think too many people are just caught up in, like, constant social media noise, and that's not healthy. That's actually very detrimental to the way society is right now. And you know, a lot of people know this, but the majority of America does not seem to know this. Everyone's so focused on constant stimulus.
Right.
You don't need, actually, there is health benefits to receiving no stimulus for a period of time.
People don't know how to be bored anymore.
People don't know how to be bored. People hate being bored. You walk into any restaurant or coffee shop or whatever, people can't even wait in line without stimulating themselves in some way, whether it be through social media or fidget spinners now or whatever the heck.
Those things.
Like, you don't constantly need something coming in to your senses. You know, just sit there and breathe.
It's exhausting.
You know what you should stimulate yourself with? Breathing deeply. Breathe into your diaphragm. Breathe into your gut. Like, if you're waiting in line, take 3 to 6 deep breaths.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It feels so good, and everything calms down.
Yeah. It kind of makes you recenter.
Yeah. It's, you know, experience you by yourself with no stimulus. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not weird. Be the person in the restaurant that is not on their cell phone.
Yeah.
You know, like that, like,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Unfortunately, we're such mimic creatures that we need to, if everyone else around us is on their phone, we feel like we need to be on our phone.
Right.
And I've even witnessed this, love you, Mom and Dad, But they never got into smartphones up until recently, and I see them now, you know, like on their phone, just checking things and doing things because there's a down moment.
Right.
And that's just an example. I mean, everyone does it. I'm guilty of it myself, even from time to time. I'm not saying I'm above it by any means.
No, it's just this like stupid distraction when you could be doing so much more for
Yeah.
yourself. If you think about the amount of time that you waste scrolling through Facebook or Reddit or Instagram or whatever your vice is.
I'd love to hear what is like the last actual beneficial piece of news that you've gotten out of scrolling through your newsfeed for no reason.
I can't think of anything.
All the information that I get for myself, I get like maybe a hint of it from social media, so that's why I still kind of use it because it's a tool. But you know, a hammer is a tool, and you can either build a house with a hammer or you can like kill someone with a hammer.
Yeah, you can destroy things too.
You can destroy things and you can build things. You know, a tool, it needs to be used the effective way, and social media is a tool, but it is also a great distraction. It is detrimental.
It's mindless and it's negative. A lot. There's so many trolls.
Yeah,
and
trolls.
Like,
oh, Jesus.
If you post a cute cat video, somebody's gonna be like, I think cats are disgusting and they poop in a box, and it's like, dude, obviously everyone knows that. Right. No one gives a shit. How about this? Newsflash. Nobody cares about your opinion. Nobody cares about my opinion. And I know that.
Everyone
and I'm okay with it. Yeah. Like literally just shut the fuck up. Just be a nice person. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. Like, if you're putting it out there that like you hate everything and like, oh, that's beautiful dragonfly. If you hate everything and you can't find something genuine or good or solid in like whatever you're choosing to pay attention to, then just move on. Like, I just don't think that you should waste your time trying to find something wrong with everything and everyone. And if that is what you're doing, number one, you can stay the hell away from us. Number two, that's doing to your insides is so much more detrimental to your health and your wellness than you even know and realize.
It's cancerous. And I will I will go on the board and say that.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Dragonfly. The beautiful thing about being outside, and hopefully most of our podcasts will be done outside. It's just nature. I mean, God, the dragonfly literally just flew by. You didn't see it on camera, unfortunately, but it landed on the corner of the laptop and just gave us a little hello.
It was beautiful. It was like, hey, y'all.
It was blue, and it was awesome.
But take time to try to find the good and God, patience and understanding.
Trolling, first of all.
Openness. It all comes back to openness.
Openness and communication. And it's weird because people on the internet, I get it. Like, people are starved for some type of attention. So I think a lot of people believe the only way they're going to get attention is by being this little troll under the bridge that eats your goats when they walk over it. It's like, that same energy can be applied in the complete opposite direction towards positivity and love and unconditional love and all that, and just manifesting. Like, you know what you're bringing in by trolling? Sickness.
More trolling towards you.
More, you're just like, you're getting attention, but is that
negative.
Really, okay, so instant gratification is another thing that our current like generations and under us are dealing with. Everyone wants to feel, I want to say something and I want someone to reply to it immediately, and I'm expecting a certain response.
Yeah. How many likes can I get?
How many likes can I get? Or how many, that's what trolls is like, how many negative responses can I get?
Yeah, how many people can I irritate and make upset to comment so that they acknowledge me? Stupid.
It's not, I mean, I get it. Like, life is very diverse, and that the human experience is a spectrum, and you're going to get everything from the rotten attitudes to the overly wooey, positive people that, put amethyst crystals up their butts. So there's a happy medium where we can all like ride this amazing line and be the hero of your own story and create like the best possible life for yourself. And that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
We're literally trying to be the best that we can all the time. And shout out to Joe Rogan, of course, the guy that got me into podcasts anyways. my BFF. He doesn't even know yet. But he always says, be the hero of your own story. Or imagine yourself as the main actor in a movie. Like, what would that guy do? Or woman? What would that male or female do? Like, would they allow the obstacles to overcome them? Or would they overcome the obstacles? And just be a badass. Just be a badass at life. Why not be a badass? Be a fucking warrior.
Yeah.
Be a warrior in this life. We're all warriors. We all have that power. Speak up.
Speak up. Don't. You know what's crazy? We were just at Tipper and Friends in Swanee, which was amazing, by the way. And if you don't know who Tipper is, please look him up.
Please check out Tipper if you're into electronic music.
But not like Boots and Cats. It's like
it's very. He's like a bass. He's just a pioneer of the underground.
He's a genius. Just look him up. But we were there, and the most like surprising and upsetting thing is like we love going to these festivals because there's this culture of like kindness and warmth and openness and like
good vibes.
Yeah, good vibes. So it's like the last night, and there's this kid. He's just face down in the middle of the road, and everyone is just staring at him.
So yeah, there's like a road, kind of. There's like an amphitheater, and there's just a little paved road around the edge of it. And this kid, like, we walked by him.
And nobody's doing anything to help him. I have no idea how long he's been there. I don't know if he tripped and fell. I don't know if he just is like he was on drugs. I'm not even gonna. I don't know what he was on. He could have just had a meltdown and he was tripping out bad. I don't know if he needed medical help. But Corey and I pick him up, and we're like, you need water. So we're like on a mission, but and I'm not trying to say like we're the greatest people ever. That's not what I'm getting at. But like, why the fuck would you let someone? It bothers me that you would not help your fellow man.
Indifference, is that what people just walk by and they're like, oh, and they want to take pictures of it. And they want to yell, oh, look at this guy on the ground. Ha ha ha.
Why would, if that was, it scares me that could happen to me and no one would come to my aid. It's disturbing a little bit. Like, people are so afraid to do the right thing and to just stand up for what's right. And I don't understand that, because I think that's how like it's supposed to be. And I don't really feel like I'm weird for thinking and like assuming that that's just like the way it is. I don't know.
Why not try to help out your fellow person, your fellow human?
Yeah.
We're all in this thing together. Yeah. We're all in this crazy soup of life. And it's like, none of us are better than anyone else. Actors aren't better.
No.
Musicians aren't better.
Right.
No one is better than anyone. We're all doing this thing together.
We're doing
we're
the
all
best
here
that we
for
can.
A reason.
And we're all stressed out, and we all have trauma.
Pick your fellow human up.
Yeah.
It's indifference, I think, is. Wow, you're very sunny all of a sudden in the video. So the sun is, or the earth is turning. Then this is like an uncontrollable aspect of being out in nature.
Sorry,
but
I'm
it's awesome
basically
at the same
a
time.
sparkle pony anyway, so it's fine.
I like it though, because you look like you're glowing.
I am glowing. I'm a ghoul.
You're a glowing ghoul.
I'm a ghoul girl, and you know it. But yeah,
Drake, my homie, one of my other homies.
But yeah, so just basically I guess, I don't know, just like be open with yourself, and then that leads you to amazing things.
Be open and honest with yourself.
Yeah, and be specific about what you want and what you expect out of life.
Be very specific. It's okay.
Get to the nitty gritty, like down to the core.
Get it like detailed.
You want a boyfriend with rainbow hair? Fucking put it out there. Yeah, get that boy. Get that man. Or get that whatever.
Anything.
You want to meet an alien?
Specific.
All right, get it out, put it out there.
You will meet an alien.
You'll meet, But yeah, so we have a lot to cover in the next several episodes. I feel like we need to touch on. Actually, ghosts is a good topic. We'll go there. Aliens, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about music. We're gonna talk about
anything and everything.
Politics ish. I don't really like to go too much into it, but I'm a really big believer in like women's rights and feminism, equality. Yeah. And I don't know. I just like over sexualization of everything is a huge issue for me.
Yeah, we'll have to dive into that on a later episode. But we just had a very lengthy conversation about that yesterday, and
it's absurd. The absurdity of the nipple blows my mind.
Over sexualized. It's just ridiculous.
Everything is crazy. Like, what the fuck? It's dumb.
Yeah. Why can't men behave themselves?
Yeah.
Get it together, man.
Like selective censorship is really strange to me. Just like a plethora of things. We're just, to put it simply, like we're very different, I guess.
We are we're beautifully eccentric. We're into a lot of esoteric stuff. We both love life in all aspects about it. We have no discriminations. I don't think either one of us discriminate against anything. And
No.
really, it's like what we're trying to do with this whole thing is just spread love and positivity and just be like the best person that you can be. I would love for everyone in the world to be the best person that you can be. And it's okay to feel shame and guilt, and it's even more okay to apologize for something that you've done. And this is another thing we were talking about yesterday. The human race is constantly getting better. We're constantly learning more and more about how to be a better person. And unfortunately, a lot of us have bad programming, and that's all it is.
Right.
You can overcome your programming.
Yeah.
The brain is very malleable. We can change ourselves. We don't have to be stuck drinking Mountain Dew all day, every day. That's just a terrible example, but there's other, like anything that you're stuck with or that you feel like is a habit, you're not actually stuck with that. You can change yourself.
Absolutely.
And it starts with one day at a time. Don't beat yourself up about anything. And it's the little accomplishments that build up towards the big obstacles that you overcome.
Yeah. And just, I don't know. I think just general awareness of like how you don't know how your rhetoric affects other people. And this is something that we talked about yesterday too. It's like I had a customer of mine he bought drinks, gives me a $50 bill, and his response is, AJ, fuck you. AJ.
He didn't say fuck you.
No, he went, AJ, this is a $50 bill.
Well, then it was very
this
condescending.
This is a 50. Yeah,
this is a $50
I know,
bill.
and I'm like,
and I'm Dr. Phil.
Like, I have been a cashier like since I started working. Like, I've handled money a million times. I have never shortchanged this person. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever shortchanged anyone.
Got us with money.
Yeah, like I'm very like aware, and usually when people give me a larger bill, I'm like out of 50, out of 100, but this is one of my regulars, and like it really kind of pissed me off, and I brought it to him yesterday, and I'm like, I don't know how to like address that. And so it either has to be like real like, have I ever shortchanged you before? Or it needs to be like, oh my God, like, thank you for explaining that to me. I just thought it was a backwards too.
Do you appeal to the fact that this person's probably been wronged by somebody in the past?
Yeah.
Or do you like, call them out a little bit for trying to be like condescending?
Yeah, like I don't really know what the appropriate thing is, because you just like there was no reason for him to have done that. Now, if he had given me that 50 and I did shortchange him, I feel like then that would have been an appropriate time to be like, that was a 50. But to do it beforehand, like I don't know, it was belittling, and he did it in front of like 6 different people.
Didn't you have someone do that with like 100 bill?
Oh yeah, this is 100. I was like, oh my God, like
I've never seen one of them before.
Like you're not. It's just stupid. Like just stop treating people like they're unaware, because it's my job to be aware.
I think my whole thing with people is assume the best. Assume that they aren't gonna make a mistake or fuck you over, and then when they do, just try to educate them. Like, don't embarrass them or call them out.
Embarrassing people is the fucking rudest thing you can do. And if you're embarrassing people and being a bully and shaming people, there's a special place in hell for you. Yeah.
A real life troll, I think, is what that's going on, because it's easy to be a troll on social media.
Yeah, keyboard
in comments.
Warrior.
Yeah, but when you people will troll people in real life, and that's
just
not
rude.
fair.
It's not acceptable.
That's not fair. That's not doing any service to your fellow person or human. You know, expect the best out of people, but at the same time, be prepared. Like protect yourself. Like, don't just be naive about it. Yeah. People, there are vampires out there that will take advantage of you.
Let's talk about that someday too.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic about energy vampires, but we'll get there when we get there. We're going to do this for a long time, hopefully. And thank you, by the way, for anyone that has either downloaded this or just streamed it or whatever, or listened to it. Podcast honestly changed my life for the better. They led me down a lot of different avenues of self-introspection and learning. And when I first started listening to podcasts, I would annoy the crap out of her because they'd be like, "Oh, so I heard on this podcast," and she'd be like, "Oh, another one." But at the same time, it was very beneficial, and I was working a job at the time that really fostered being able to listen to podcasts. And I know a ton of you are commuting and having, different jobs where you can have headphones in, or even if you're just in your home, just listening, or outside, or in a park, or in your bedroom. It's a kettlebell workout video on YouTube.
We'll get there.
Yeah, it's hilarious. We have a lot of deep references, and we'll quote a lot of movies and TV shows, especially It's Always Sunny.
Oh my God, yes.
Just bear with us. I think we're pretty cool, but we're also pretty nerdy.
We're raw, and
we're raw. Yeah, we're raw AF.
But thanks for giving us this opportunity to share our lives with you all. We really appreciate it. And I just think it's important that, I don't know, that there's like a positive voice in this world, and the more love you spread, the more love you get back. And I just hope that we are able to touch one person's heart and change one person's mind and open one person's like chakras or whatever, just
blast open your chakras.
Yes.
We just affecting any if this changes one person's life, I think job done. And it's like, really, we love talking to each other, and it's like, why not? Because we always express positivity and affection and just openness and communication and all that stuff to each other. So, we're not doing this for the point of like being famous or whatever it comes with. It's just like, this is just our little ball of, we're just spiking our ball of positivity over the
net,
over the volleyball net. I know I almost went to like soccer or hockey.
No, we don't sports, by the way.
I don't sports.
Although, go Tar Heels. But that's about it. All right. Well, till next time.
Much love, much peace. Be kind to your fellow human.
Right.
We're all in this shit together, and nobody knows anything more than anyone else. So cheers. Whiskey with the Walens, episode 1. Thank you for listening. Thank you for bearing with us this whole time. I love you.
I love you.
Peace.